morning YouTube, hope you guys are well. It is now Wednesday of race week. I arrived in Frankfurt yesterday. Yesterday I did a run already in the course, 10k, nothing crazy, 10k with 2k race pace, just getting a feel for everything. It was very hot and humid yesterday, 33 Celsius and probably 90% humidity. Had a big thunder last night, but the way Frankfurt works, I know it now anyways, it's along the canal, it's hard to describe, it's very much, even Frodeno and Keen and all, they said it's worse than Kona at times, because the way it works along the canal there in Frankfurt, there's no draft, no wind, no nothing, any kind of air, even this, it's gonna stay right there. So it's gonna be very hot and uncomfortable, there's pavement, so for the run, even if it's 27 degrees, it's always very challenging, so it's gonna be cool. So today, the main reason I came early is because this bike course is a little bit technical, a little bit tricky, not crazy, but it helps a lot to drive it beforehand, because I did this race before, so I noticed, damn, it would be nice to actually ride it before. Another course like that is IRONMAN Wales. If you want to do well there, you have to ride this course several times. There's so many corners you can't see, can't look in, and can't do the cornering otherwise, and you brake. A little bit here like that, a little bit, not crazy, but like it helps a lot to know it a little bit. So today we're doing the course. I'm go a bit out with a bike, do this 70k loop. That's kind of, we do twice. I do that today once, and have a look. There's my beauty. It's built, always takes a little while. As I said before, it's now at a different 156. I'm still gonna put here this Gromic Speed dry drip on. I'm gonna do it before the race as well. I have this cleaning thing, and yeah, everything tightened, everything done. I look forward to it with a new tire as well. I did some research again, reading on it. It's actually, although it looks worse, but this is actually better for wet grip, although you would think how, but it's this type of rubber, it seems. It's aerodynamically optimized, as I said. Most pros will have it. It's only front tire finally, because of aerodynamics. And this one, which is the other best one you can get, tubeless ready. That means you can also put a tube in there if you want to. This is 28 in the back. There's now 26 in front. I could actually put 28, but anyways, I did now 26 there. And yeah, so that's that. Also listening to Bob Proctor, like the getting the mind in the right space as well. So anybody who's interested in kind of learning more about the mind, the things I write about in the posts, and it's all in the mind, life is all in the mind. So a lot of us wants to change the physical appearance, and you see a lot of those people, even Olympics now. I think it's a great example, because you see all those guys in the start lists, I would say they have within 1 or 2% the same thresholds, same physical abilities. What of course differs is their training and their mindset. And their mindset trickles into their training. So let's say if you don't believe you can run 28:30, you will never run 28:30. But the guys on the top, sure, their physical talents and all that, but I'm sure it started with, oh man, I gotta go quicker, I gotta go 28:30 to be able to win this. And yeah, most people don't go to their steps. So I think it's very important to change your subconscious mind and kind of work on that and keep working on that. And I do that. So it's an exciting journey, and let's see what this week will bring. So now I'm gonna film my nutrition, get everything ready, and then leave for the ride. I won't take my GoPro with, it's just a bit, yeah, I don't wanna mess around with all that now, safety first. So I'm gonna have a nice ride and then check in later. So before I leave, here still a few things. I did my whole setup as I would have in a race, also for the hills there. So for the fins out there, the XXL bottles, I really like them. First they cost $2.99. They're the same as the Morton bottles, they're really good. 750 milliliters, they're sticky, they tick all the boxes, so they're really great. And yeah, just this construction as well, I talked about another video. It's a Camelback one, is a different straw. It's quite good, you can get a lot of liquid out and you can kind of block it so it doesn't spill. Magnet here for movie bikes, same as for movie bikes, this bento box, so I can put more gels in. So for the race, what I will have is, I'll have 100 grams of carbs in here, 100 grams of carbs in here. So hour 1, hour 2, again all tight. Here will be hour 3 and 4. So 200 grams of carbs in, and I'll hopefully ride around 4.5 hours, somewhere in that range, maybe less, maybe more. And yeah, so there will be carbs in there and spare sodium, so some 40 gram Morton gels I'll put in there. Here's still sodium and caffeine. Caffeine will be in here. And yeah, for now I got the lights on and all the rest, so ready to bounce. So Ironman Frankfurt did a really cool job. They have on the website the GPX file. So what I will do, I'm here in the middle of Frankfurt. I'll take the tram out because there's quite a lot of traffic to here Bad Vilbel area, and then from there I can, you know, do the loops that matter. The way it works is here's a swim, so there will come out, then it's like a 10k stretch towards the center of the city, and then we'll basically have at the Ironman 2 loops of those, and there's a bit of ups and downs and the technical parts. So I'll ride one of those loops, super easy now. Just get a feel for those things and pow. That's what I like about Wahoo. I'm sure Garmin has it just as good these days, but back then when I had it, did not work. So this is easy, one click, and then, you know, I always have it here. For this one I always have just power, ride, lap. When I just do endurance riding, I actually put the power off, just have heart rate and time, and I can follow the route here. No brain, just thinking, and yeah. Alright, back where we started earlier. Now some food. It was a really beautiful ride, super fun to ride it, and couldn't go on all the parts. There was one part of the highway, but most of it of these loops you could do. Super nice rolling hills. Put a little bit on Instagram how it looked like, and really nice. And now some carbs, nothing extreme. Also before, I think Victoria, I think most of the triathletes are attracted to extremes, right? And in normal life it does work. For example, for me at least, in high school I put in average load, average effort, and I got average results. And then I learned during my studies, if you're actually passionate about something, which back then was physiotherapy and like sports medicine, the human body, same as now. If you put in a lot of work and a lot of effort, for back then in my studies, what I thought was a lot of effort, 6 to 8 hours of studying, I thought was a lot of effort, and it got me good results, and I was good for the first time, really noticing, this works. And then in the workforce, you surround yourself. Then later with this CEO position, I got around people who are like, okay, they clock in 12 hours a day, most of the times, and they're very efficient. They're not like 12 hours or 10 hours of like strolling around doing nothing. They get in a lot more work in 1 hour than other people. So that again gives you another perspective of, all right, okay, if you put in this, then you get again different results. So like all this kind of led me then to always, effort equals results. But in sports where you have a physical body, where recovery is part of this, they are just diminishing returns. So that's part of the journey, but I'm learning that now, and there will be still this effort determination. This will pay off in the future for sure. But now it's time to eat, and now I'm very important that, you know, switching off as well. I'm gonna watch other stuff because I'm very driven and passionate about, obsessive about one thing. So I have to kind of protect myself from my own obsession, which is triathlon. So I'm having to force myself out of it, do other things as well. I have my other hobbies around the sport, which are very important because otherwise the flame just burns too bright. So let's eat and chat later. What's happening, guys? It is Friday now. Yesterday I did another ride on the course, a bit shorter, on a 30-minute run as well with some strides. Today all I got for training is Friday is the swim. I do that later. At 12 at lunchtime is a pro race briefing in town as well. Actually moving places today. My wife arrives today and we're gonna take a place for our own for 2 nights before the race. And so I'm just doing some small things, put the sticker on the bike. Now I'm changing it from the helmet. Still got the 45 one from Ironman Spain. Changing that one, and I got the swim caps. The pros got the silver ones. My number here with the name on, which I like. It's always a nice little gadget. And then most of the guys that do Ironman know, of course, but for the other ones, there you always get 3 bags. So this, the white one, you always put your number on as well for safety, that if you lose the bag and you can find it easily. So this is for before the race and after the race, so you put everything in for afterwards. You can put a burger in there if you want, whatever you want to eat afterwards. I actually brought it with as well because that makes a big difference for recovery. Just have my little shaker. I can just show you. So I got this one with, it's just a simple protein shaker. There's already some protein with carbs in, taped shut so it doesn't explode in my luggage. This I'll just mix with water and then put in the after bag. So right after the race I can get this in, because that makes a big difference for recovery. I noticed, like a big one. So this for after. Then we got the blue bag. That is, it says as well, bike bag. So there everything in for the bike. Mentally what I always do is that I put all my swim stuff off. So completely stop the swim mentally when you're there in the transition, and then put everything on with the bike. There's a helmet in there and stuff. And then the red one is the last one. That's a run bag. There's your running shoes in and all this stuff you need for the run, and then that's it. What's happening, YouTubers? Hope you guys are well. It's now Friday. I already did the little... Saturday.
What the hell are you talking about?
I already did a little bit of 30-minute ride, 15-minute run, all easy peasy. And now some last preparations. We gotta bring here at lunchtime still the run bag to do different transitions. And since it's gonna rain, I didn't bring this spray for the car thing, but I got some kind of anti-fog thing. Because, you know, riding 180k in the rain without the glasses will be tricky. But they often fog up, so I mean, yeah, I did what I could now. So let's see, let's hope not. Tire pressure maybe 0.2 less, tiny bit less with rain, but I know the roads, and it's not super slippery roads, so that should be good. And now some last preparations on the bike as well. Some cleaning. I love the muck off stuff before, that's super good. Well, but unfortunately quite an upgrade is a UFO. They have like a drive tank cleaner, and that stuff on the chain and everywhere, oh my gosh, it's like a new bike. And I have a wash one, so I just use that with like a thing to make it all clean and nice. And then it's gonna stay one night in the rain, and then it's not gonna be nice and clean. But no, it should be good. So that's it. Bringing the bike there later, and chill. Good, all checked in, pretty simple and straightforward. So you just drag the bike, not where you normally have your own place, but you just put it like wherever next to each other, and then get the bag. Super simple spot for the bag, really at the end of the pro rack, right? Number one is here, under 81, so it's really easy and fluent, so should be quick.
30 seconds. You will stand by for the cannon. This is your final call. 15 seconds, you're in the hands of the starter.
Hier nehmen Sie die Apotheke.
Let's go! Go, go, go! Come on, Matti! Go, Matti, come on! You can do it! Let's go! Come on, Seattle!
I know a lot of athletes are looking forward to that. We'll be shouting, "You are an Ironman." Super Matti, Nation Manager's first Ironman.
Ja, foto mit Matti.
What's happening, guys? It's now evening of the race day. It was a really great day, adventure day. Learned so much, took a risk, and but I'm gonna debrief a bit in another video. But thanks for following, everybody. If you enjoyed this type of content, feel free to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.